Okay, so this is going to be 12 walkthrough solves with the ZZ method. Note that except for the first two scrambles, I see these scrambles for the first time. So I'm actually gonna inspect, and I'm gonna inspect with orange in front and green in front, and I'll choose whatever I find to be better. I'll also try and explain my look ahead process. I'm gonna do this like speed solve style, like what I would do in a speed solve, because sometimes the optimal solution is not always the best. And if you always look for the optimal solution, you waste a lot of seconds in the speed solve, and you actually have big pauses. So sometimes it's just better to do the first thing you see, and try to look ahead better, and do a not so optimal solution without pauses. Also, sometimes a longer solution can be better to execute than an optimal one. Okay, let's start. So there's 4 bad edges on the front face, none on the S slice, and 2 more on the B face. This is the front line edge, and this is the back line edge. So I'm gonna do an F to orient all 4 and get the back line edge on the right, opposite of the left back line edge. Then do the remaining 2 bad edges like this. This way, like L prime, B, L, B prime. This blue-white cross edge actually stays on the right. Now you can just solve the EU line with an R prime, L prime, D. Now since we know this line edge stays on the right, we knew that when we were planning the EU line, we actually start on the right side because this is the first thing we see. Now what immediately jumps into the eye is this corner and this edge. Just bring these together, make a pair, and solve the block. Now this corner actually got on the upper layer when we did that, so we can just solve these with a normal Friedrich insert like this. Now do the left block with the green-red pair first, like this. And now we have the edge solved and only the corner, and we can actually skip OLL here because this is solved and the unsolved corner is opposite and points in the opposite direction. So just solve it like this, normal insert, and it skips OLL. G-perm. Two bad edges on the front face, 3 on the S slice, and 3 on the B face. So it's 8 in total. The back line edge is already at the red face, so it's already connected. So I would solve this first with an L, B prime, L prime. Now the back line edge is solved, but it's not going to stay solved because with the L prime I brought this bad edge back here, and I can now do an U and a D prime at the same time, and an F prime. F prime so that the green cross edge actually goes to the green side. Now the red line edge is here on the right, so we just do an U prime L2 D to solve this. And since we know the green cross edge is on the left, we start with a green face. Now the first thing we could do, like we see 2 things here, we see this pair and this pair. This is actually the white, red, green corner. This is rather bad, so I do this one like this, insert like this, and now you could actually like start doing the right block, and it may have less moves, fewer moves. But since you see this already, you might as well solve it because it's not going to get better than this. The edge is already solved, and this is like the best insert you can have. So just do this. Oh, note, you could also do keyhole like this, but I don't like keyhole very much. or I wouldn't use it in speed solve because I'm bad. So I just do this insert, and it's also very spammable. It's nice. Now this is the blue cross edge, and we know that the blue-orange edge must be here or here. So we just do an R prime, because whatever we do starts with an R prime. Now we immediately see that this is the red-blue edge, and the blue-orange one has to be here. So we just make the pair. And this is actually really good now, but we have to insert this free pair first, because if we insert this one first, we're going to destroy that one. So U2 insert, and this is actually just the long insert to skip OLL, and that's a T perm, G perm, J perm, whatever. Okay, now for the scrambles I haven't seen, so give me some time for the inspection. Okay, I would solve this one on green. Just so you know, there's 6 edges on orange and 8 on green. And usually 8 are better to solve than 6, because 6 you have to solve as 3 and 3 or 2 and 4. But 8 edges you can actually solve as 4 and 4, and you always want to solve 4 at one time because that's pretty efficient. Now, what I would do is... Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. Oh yeah, right. I would actually do an R, so you have 4 on the back face. This is the this is the blue line edge, so that one belongs to the back, but we can't get it to the back face right now, so we're just going to do it on the right side. The right side, because now with a U, we bring this back edge to the front, bad edge to the front, and the green line edge ends up on the left, like this, and then an L prime, and orient this shit with an F prime, so this is on the right side. Now you can just solve the line, R, L prime, D, and what we start out with should be the right block, because we know that the cross edge is already there. So I would solve these two first, although they're probably not very efficient, like this. But it's pretty spammable. And while we do this, we already know that this corner is here, and the blue-orange edge has to be on the left side somewhere, so it has to be back there. That's what we're going to solve next. So we do this, bring this over, and do this. Now this is our next target, and we know that this is the red-green edge, so the red-blue one has to be this or this. So we're just going to do an L prime, and it's not this one, so it has to be this one. Insert this, and insert this. You could also just do phasing here. And wait, I just learned a new alg for that one. Nope, that was the wrong one. Damn. Okay, fourth one. Alright, this looks pretty good on orange. And 6 edges on green, and the line edges are on the same side, so this is pretty bad, so I must stick with orange. Orange is nice because it's only 4 edges, these 2 on the front face, and these 2 on the left. Then you have the back lineage here and the front lineage here. And you can just do a D, L, F prime, and you have them opposite and the E are solved, and then just do an R prime, D prime to solve it. Now, the entire left block is already on the upper face. This is pretty awesome. You could do a lot of stuff with this. You could either do the already solved pair with this edge, or you could do this. This is what I would do, because I would see this one first, because I have still problems with CFOP. Like if you would solve this, would actually get this edge on this side, so this is probably gonna end up better anyway. So just do this, and then you can just solve everything at the same time by getting this edge to the front, and doing U, L, U, L. Now this is immediately visible, but when we try to get these like if we try to separate these, we're also going to notice this this one that's already solved, so we should just do this one like so. And now if you want to do phasing and the edge is already phased, you can actually just look at these edges and you know which insert you can do. And here you can actually solve the phasing by doing the insert like this. Phasing solved. Fifth one, right? Damn, I have to mark them. Okay. Alright, orange doesn't look too shabby. And green has 6 edges again, that's bad, so I'm going to stay on orange. The front lineage is already solved. The back lineage is on top here, but it's bad. And then there's another 2 bad edges here on the back side and 1 on the left. So what I would do is just bring the bad lineage to the back, like this. Now it's 3 of them. If you now do D R prime, you have 4 on the back, and the solved lineage wanders to the left. Now if you do a B prime, this lineage is actually going to be on the right. By doing the B prime, we bring the blue cross edge on the left, so that's pretty bad. And the right block is probably going to be not so efficient, so we want to start with a left block. Solve the line and start with the left block. I do this pair first. It's not very nicely, not very nice to execute, but it's pretty efficient. So insert this and solve these 2. Insert. Now you could do multiple things here. By doing this, you actually get like 2 pairs at the same time. Like no matter if you start with this pair or this pair, you can solve them with this, and then you can just solve everything at once. Nice. If you do the standard COLL here, you're going to get a H-berm. You see this by this pair here and nothing else. I don't know the ZBLL for this case, but I know if I do the COLL from the right side, I'm going to get an H-berm. H-berm. Done. Number 6. Okay, 4 edges on green and a lot on orange, so I'm just gonna go with green here. Green's pretty cool. You have 2 on the front face. This one here, that's also the front lineage on the right, and on the back face, the back lineage that's already connected. But we're gonna disconnect it by just getting D prime, the front lineage here, and now with an L, U prime, L prime. So we have these opposite on the front face. Had we done something else, we would have them adjacent and would be less efficient solving the ear line. Now you can do it any way you want, but I see that the red lineage is already on the left, and this is a piece of the left block. So if I do an F and solve the ear line, I have this on the top layer, and it's actually going to be easier for me to see where it ends up. So this is probably what I'm going to start with, the green-red pair. Solve the ear line. Now, since I'm bad and I didn't see the green-red-white corner, I'm just going to solve the cross piece, and it pops up here. So I do this one first. Now, while I solve this, I saw this edge that belongs to the back left, and this corner, so I just make a pair out of these and insert them like this. Now this pair, like both pairs, seem bad at first glance, but if you solve this, you're actually gonna get this edge on the right face. So if you do this, you actually have these solved. Now you do this, And this is actually one of the cases where I do cube rotations, because like if you just want to solve it fast, I do a rotation like this and do the standard alg. But if you want to do phasing, you just look at the edges here, like these two adjacent and these two. And then you can learn which insert you do to solve the phasing, like we did before, when the edge is already solved. And it would actually be this one, so no rotation needed. Phasing solved. ZZLL. Number 7. Did I do it right? I hope I did it right. Okay, so 8 edges on orange and 6 on green, but the 4-2 solution doesn't seem so bad actually, so I think I'm going to do green. So there's 2 on the front face, 3 on the S slice, this one, and these 2, and another one on the back slice, and these are the 2 line edges. Now, if I solve 4 edges like this, R prime U, so these 4 are bad and on the front face, I'm going to do F. I actually have the 2 line edges here and here, opposite of each other. And then I can just solve the other 2. And while doing this, I see the orange line edge on the left, so that's pretty bad, and the red block is probably going to be better. But we'll see. Like this, and solve the line. Now, as it turns out, the red cross edge is actually also on the right, so on the opposite side, so that's pretty bad as well. And we can actually start with whatever we want. I see these 2 pairs, which belong to the left block, and so I'm going to decide to just do the left block first because I see all the pieces immediately. I'll do this pair first, like this. Bring the cross edge up, insert it, and do this standard CFOB insert, like so. And what do you actually see? This pair stays on top, and you can just insert it CFOB like. Now the edge is solved again, and if we do not the triple sexy insert, because that doesn't interrupt the phasing, but we do this insert, we can actually solve the phasing, and ZZL. Number 7. Six on orange. Only 2 on green. So this is why you want to learn 2 orientations. The solution on orange was absolutely horrible, with 6 edges and pieces all over the place. But two edges on green is very easy to see. Now, I'm actually going to plan not an entire EO cross here, but I can save the cross edge on the left side and bring the cross edge from the right side on the right face. Like, these 2 are bad, and if I just do B, U prime B, this one ends up on the right, and I don't want that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an L2 as a pre-move. So the orange cross edge gets to the back here. So when I do the solution, it's going to end up on the right. Then I just do the line like this, and I have both the cross edges on the respective side. Now, I can't really see what's better here, so I just start with the left side. Reason is, my LU is not as good as my RU. So, since the first block usually takes fewer moves, you want to get it over with the left hand, so you spend fewer moves of the solve with the left hand. I'd solve these 2 first. It probably doesn't make a difference if I do these 2 first or these 2. It's going to be a very standard CFOB solution anyway. It's pretty long, but it's nicely spammable. So I'm going to do these 2 first because they're more visible. Like this, and just insert these. But as I want to insert these, I actually see this pair already solved. So I'm going to intercept and start the right block instead, because these are very efficient. Like so. And now this has gone to a very long insert, so I'm going to finish the right block first. Like this, and this actually gets better then. Now, if you want to keep the phasing, if the edge is already solved and the corner points to the side, you do this elk. This elk. That would be optimal. You can actually learn these. It's not so much to learn, just for the phasing, and then you do CCL. Wait, damn, a scramble? Shit. Okay. Four on orange. A lot on green. Doesn't seem too bad, but I'm gonna do orange anyway, because 4 is always nice. The line edges are already opposite, this one and this one, and the bad edges are on the front, here on the right, and back there on the back side. Now, this is pretty bad because I don't want to do a B2 to get it up, because then the two line edges will be on the same face. I don't want that. But getting it right here takes a move more. I'm going to do it regardless, but I'll get this one out of the way first. So like this, you have 3 on the front face. Then you do D prime R D to have 4 on the front face, and the line edges still stay opposite. Now I'm going to do an F, and the reason why I do an F and not an F prime is because the blue line edge belongs right of the orange line edge. And if I do it down there and then I solve the line, it's going to end up on the left side. So I do an F instead, so it stays on top. This one is actually solved, and I also see this pair up here. So I'm going to try and preserve it by doing R, U, so it stays here, and then solving the line like normal. And I can actually do this this pair first, like that, like so. And then start the right block, because this pair is already solved, like so. And this is actually pretty bad now, because this is a horrible insert, and the edge that belongs to the left is actually in here. So I do like something like this, and just do Friedrich insert. And now here you can actually skip OLL, like when this is all solved and this one points to the side. Can actually skip OLL by just bringing the edge up and doing the long insert, and actually skipped COLL as well. Nice. Eight edges on orange, and they're very nice. And a lot on green, so the solution orange is so nice that I'm just going to stick with it no matter what. Reason is, you have 3 here on the back and 3 here on the front, and the 2 that are left are here on the right. So with an R you actually get 4 on the front side and 4 on the back side, and you can actually solve the front line edge here, and this cross edge ends up on the left. This is a pair that's already made, but I'm not going to be able to save it. I just know that it's there, and it's still going to be on the left side. So I know it's there, and I'm going to start with a left block. Now do F and B prime. You can do this at the same time, like so, to orient. And do D prime, R prime, D to solve the line. Now do the pair on the left, like so. We already had this. Make a pair out of this, and resolve the cross edge. And this corner pops up, and we're just gonna make an insert out of it. Like bring it here, and turn right until the corner pops up, and bring it in. Now we're gonna do the right block with this pair first, because this is an easy pair to make. 2 moves. Solve it. Standard insert. Phasing is actually the standard insert here, so that's pretty nice. And CZLL. Man, I think we had this 3 times now, this CZLL, or the mirror of it, I don't know. Okay, solve number 11. So, 4 on orange. with a meh solution. 6 on green that are actually pretty good. I think I'm going to do the 6 on green and I'm going to solve them 4-2. I always keep telling people to solve 6 edges, like 3 and another 3, because it's more efficient. But sometimes the 4-2 is just better because you can preserve some pairs, or sometimes it is just more efficient, but that's rare. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, these 3 are bad, and this one's bad, and this one's the front lineage. So if I do L prime, F prime, I just solve the front lineage. Also, this pair is already together from the start, and I'm going to try to preserve it. The other 2 line edges are, bad edges are here and here, so they don't actually hurt this pair. I just solve them like this. And now the other line edge has wandered down here, so it's also not going to hurt that pair. That was pretty easy, like so. And then you can just do these first, like so, and the standard insert. Now this pair, like the last time, because orange is up here and this is the orange cross edge, just do them like this and solve that block. Now we know this one is already there, and it's not going to get any better, so we do this one first and solve this one with a phasing again, and it actually skips OLL too. So if you manage to do phasing and also skip OLL, you know that it's going to be either an F perm, a T perm, one of the A perms, an E perm, an H perm, a Z perm, or did I miss something? Well, basically there's a subset of phased PLLs, and by knowing that subset you can actually know what to expect, and it gets even a bit faster to recognize the PLL. Now, this is the last scramble. Nice. 2 edges on orange. They're nice to see. Oh, and actually 4 on green. This is a hard choice, but I think I'm going to stick with green. Reason is, like if I solve an EO line here, I'm actually going to get an EO cross for free. And usually doing an EO cross is not very good, because you spend extra moves making the cross, and then you don't have a more efficient F2L, so you actually lose moves overall. But if you get it for free, it's always nice to have, because it aids you with a look ahead. So what we have here is these 2 are bad, and this is the front lineage. This is bad, and this one's bad. And this is the back lineage. Now, if I do an RD prime, I actually bring the back lineage to the front, and I have 3 bad edges on the back side, like so. Back lineage is on the front. These 3 are bad, and with a U2, I have 4 bad edges on the back side. Now I do a B, so these 2 are opposite, and the EO is solved. And now you will notice the red cross edge is actually on the orange side, and the orange cross edge is on the red side. So if I do just an R, I actually have the cross solved down here. And with a D2, to do the EO line, it's actually solving the entire EO cross. Now this is a free pair, obviously, pretty nice to do. And then you also saw this pair, it doesn't get interrupted by this. So just do this one next. Nice look ahead. Now you can actually choose which one to do, they're both I think this one is a bit more efficient by just getting this out. It makes a three move insert. Oh yeah, this one's not gonna be very good, so this one's better. The orange blue one. Get this out, insert it, and do the standard Friedrich one. Now phasing here would actually be like the easiest winter variation case, because these 2 are together instead of these 2, which would be the standard insert, or these 2, which would be the long insert. So I do something like this. And now this is actually, I think this is actually a ZZLL, I don't know yet. Wait, oh yeah, I can cancel it out like this. Okay. Well, that's it for now. I hope it helped somehow, and there weren't as many ums and shit, but I think they were. I wasn't really paying attention to it at all, because like thinking about the solution and about speaking properly is actually pretty hard, I must admit. Anyway, I hope you learned something. Yeah, till next time.